13 Craziest Things People Did. We all know everyone has their weird moments, but there are things some people do that get you thinking, wow, that's a whole new level of crazy. From building a gingerbread house to tattooing every inch of his skin, here are the 13 craziest things people did. Number 13. Skyscraper stunt. At this point, it is pretty evident that some people take their life more seriously than others, and well, some don't take it seriously at all. Because why else would anyone dream of doing pull-ups, wait for it, on a skyscraper? The guy was probably thinking, oh, what a brilliant idea, because there's no way I can fall to my death and mash up my brains. Oh wait, there is. This clip shows a crazy video of Wu Yongning, a Chinese daredevil who makes a careless deal with the devil, no pun intended. According to some sources, Wu Yongning was paid for performing dangerous, life-threatening stunts on rooftops. Really high rooftops. While some of us can't even muster up the courage to look down while standing on the balcony of a 2-story building, much less a 62-story skyscraper, Wu Yongning was comfortably performing daring stunts at the height without safety equipment. Was his fear hormone malfunctioning or something? In the end, Wu Yongning loses his grip while struggling to hoist himself up and falls to his death. My dear viewers, refrain from trying something like this at home. You most likely won't live long enough to tell the tale. Number 12. Runaway car. How much did it take you to buy your first car? The last time I checked, the average price for a smooth ride was about $40,000. Incredulous, right? If I spent this much on anything, I'd never let it out of my sight for more than 10 seconds. But the man in this clip doesn't seem to value his ride, as he does the craziest thing ever at a gas station. He forgets to park his car. Come on! That's a basic driving rule in Road Safety 101. What on earth was our guy even thinking? Who even does that? After watching this scenario unfold, I think we can all agree that this man should probably order a cab whenever he wants to go out, because he obviously can't responsibly handle a private vehicle. Although, we'll give him the benefit of the doubt and assume it was a one-time mistake, but such a scenario should never have to repeat itself. Number 11. Petrol spray. What would you do if a group of robbers were trying to mug you at a gas station and you didn't have any weapon at hand? A. Willingly comply to avoid getting hurt. B. Scream for help. Or C. Drench those sorry thieves with petrol. If you picked C, you picked right, and that's what this man did. In a petroleum station in Chile, we see this man minding his business and filling up his tank. Then a white van pulls up next to him with 3 hooded men, the suspected robbers coming out of it. I want to take a moment to praise this man's incredible reflexes. He wastes no time at all in spraying the men in their van with petrol. It was a crazy move, but also very smart. I hope those robbers spent a lot of time and money trying to clean up that mess. But on a more serious note, who paid for the wasted fuel? Number 10. Fake death. There are various reasons why a person might fake their death. Perhaps it's an escape from bankruptcy, a runaway plan from a bad marriage, or an attempt by criminal convicts to evade the penalty for their actions. However, Alexei Bykov's reason doesn't even come close. Can you guess it? It was love. I'm mentally facepalming just from saying that out loud. Alexei faked his death just so that he could propose to his girlfriend. Did he necessarily have to go to such great lengths? No. It's not like there was no other time-saving, cost-effective way he could have proposed. What happened to the good old days when the woman closed her eyes and opened them to the sound of romantic music and the sight of a breathtaking ring? That was probably too boring for Alexei. According to Alexei, he wanted his girlfriend to realize how empty her life would be without him, and how her life would have no meaning. Dramatic much? Considering that she was a sobbing mess when she thought he had died, it's safe to say he was right, to an extent. Even crazier is the fact that Alexei hired a director, stunt performers, and makeup artists to make this deathly proposal look like a convincing accident scene. The craziest part about this situation, however, is that Alexei Bykov's girlfriend agreed to marry him. How she transformed from a heartbroken lover to a heart-struck soon-to-be wife just moments after crying her eyes out is a wonder. That said, this bride-to-be better be prepared for one hell of a dramatic marriage. Number 9. Bee mask. We hear of people wearing different masks to fit their environmental or societal situation, but no one can beat Jisha, a beekeeper's wife, who wore a literal bee mask. No kidding! Before we proceed, you should know that this makes my skin crawl. On World Honeybee Celebration Day, Jisha wanted to make a statement that would increase the public's awareness of the extinction of honeybees. So guess what she did? She made a bee mask for herself by covering her face with bees because apparently rendering a speech just wouldn't do it. As if Jisha's plan was not crazy enough, it turned out that her son was also in on it because he showed up with his fist covered in a swarm of bees. What a statement. I only hope that all these bees behave. Otherwise, Disha and her son would have ended up marked with bee stings, which by the way can be fatal if not treated in time. Number 8. Sand diet. Were you ever dared to eat sand when you were a kid? It was a horrible experience, right? But to this woman who is now in her early 80s, sand composes a significant part of her diet. Kusumvati is an Indian woman who has been eating sand since she was 15. It has been more than 60 years since this natural resource became a regular meal for this old lady, who reportedly consumes between 2 to 3 kilograms of sand daily. According to Kusumvati, sand is very healthy, and as a testament to this, she has never been to the doctor in her life. I personally cannot give up pizza, burgers, and other tasty delights for sand, no matter how healthy anyone might claim it is. So I'll congratulate Kusumvati on her unique taste. Not everyone can replace typical food with atypical sand. Number 7. Human cartoon. How would you feel if you saw the live version of your favorite cartoon character? Let's say Jessica Rabbit, for instance. If you wondered how she looked like in real life, we present Pixie Fox, the world's human cartoon. Obsessed with the desire to become a living, breathing cartoon, Pixie Fox has undergone many body modifications from breast implants, cheek fillers, eyelid surgery, and permanent makeup surgery. Determined to achieve her goals, Pixie has expended a lot of money and undergone several surgeries. Her most recent surgery was the removal of 6 of her ribs to give her a desired 16-inch waist like the female cartoon characters in Disney movies. That's quite extreme, don't you think? But to her, your concerns fall on deaf ears. The only thing she has to worry about is wearing a corset 24/7 to protect her internal organs, because she certainly doesn't have enough ribs to do that. Number 6. Raw meat diet. While people worldwide are joining the vegetarian community, Derek Nance has made a U-turn. Instead of incorporating more vegetables into his diet, Derek became a raw meat eater. No, we aren't kidding, and yes, it is as disgusting as it sounds. Derek Nance was diagnosed with chronic fatigue syndrome a couple of years back, and that's when he started to eat raw meat. Apparently, foods that are considered healthy aren't beneficial to Derek because of his peculiar digestive system. So what food supplement does he start living off of? Raw meat. This crazy idea came from a documentary he watched that said humans should have the same diet as a caveman. You don't say. As it turns out, Derek actually took their word for it, and now the young man claims he has never felt healthier than when he started eating raw meat. And he also believes that consuming his meat raw allows him to absorb all the beneficial nutrients, which would otherwise be leached out during cooking. Derek hopes his healthy diet will give him a long life. Well, good luck with that, buddy. If you thought things could not get any crazier, you could not get farther from the truth, because in an unexpected twist, Derek has a girlfriend who's a vegetarian. Talk about opposites attracting. Number 5. Breaking the unbreakable. Sometimes when people do crazy things, it's usually to satisfy their curiosity. And that appears to be the case when this man here buys an unbreakable ceramic plate, only for his friend to stomp on it until it shatters to pieces. I don't know about you, but I definitely would be getting a refund if it were me. And that's it, folks. There's really no such thing as an unbreakable ceramic, no matter what corporate America tells you. Number 4. Gingerbread house. How far are you willing to go for your hobby? Whatever your answer is, this woman has set a whole new standard for you. Tamara Holland is a sweet lady with a peculiar hobby of collecting gingerbread. Yes, gingerbread. Tamara collects various gingerbread items, from gingerbread clocks to gingerbread cookies and so on. She's been growing her gingerbread collection, and it's currently worth almost $3,000. Then she took her hobby a notch further and decided to build her very own gingerbread house. Actually, it's not a real gingerbread house, but a gingerbread-themed house. Tamara saved about $4,000 every year for 3 years in order to actualize her dreams. So that's a crazy $12,000 for a gingerbread makeover. Impressive. Tamara's reaction when her gingerbread house was finalized is nothing short of genuine. Just look at those happy tears. She must feel really grateful to be waking up to such sweetness every single day. Number 3. YouTube stunt failure. Not everything you see on YouTube is safe to try at home. You probably already know this, and if you didn't, now you do. I wish someone had told this to Kyle Lee Stalking. The 22-year-old man fell to his death while trying to replicate a popular roll swing stunt he saw on YouTube. In it, thrill seekers swing down from a large arc rock like this, and after watching one too many videos, Kyle decided to replicate the exciting stunt. Unfortunately for him, he and his friends miscalculated the length of his rope and gave it too much slack. So instead of swinging from the 140-foot tall arc, Kyle plummeted to his death. This is a devastating tragedy no one would wish even their worst enemies to experience. We can only hope his grieving parents were comforted. Number 2. Tattooed skin. I don't know if I should call this guy a creative genius, a mad artist, or just plain crazy. Ethan Bramble tattooed his entire skin, not excluding some somewhat questionable places like his eyes and gums. He had his first tattoo at the age of 11, and since then, he's had at least 150 more tattoos and scarrings, and that's counting his face alone. On top of this, Ethan also had his ear expansion, split his tongue, removed his belly button, implanted a silicone spider at the back of his hand, and many other ghastly bodily alterations. We wouldn't be wrong in saying that this 22-year-old is the world's most modified youth. Although he's proud of his appearance, Ethan's skin is definitely a sight to behold. And as expected, not everyone reacts positively when they see him. But hey, the young man is happy, and that's all that matters. Number 1. Baby in Bag. We know airplane tickets aren't exactly cheap. This is why many people have resorted to using different alternatives to cut down on cost. But it's certainly going too far when you put a 6-year-old baby, wait for it, in your carry-on bag. I know what you're thinking. What kind of mother does that? Well, she was no mother of the baby at all. This woman was caught trying to smuggle someone's 6-day-old child out of the Philippines in a carry-on bag. I have so many questions, but all I will say is that her level of crazy totally exceeds all expectations, and I'm pretty glad she was arrested. And that's the end of today's video. Thanks for watching it till the end. Which of these craziest things people did do you think will win the award for the next level of crazy? Are there other crazy things caught on camera that we omitted? Let us know in the comment section down below, and we'll see you in the next video.